political opponents were revealed. Welcome to a brand new hour of America's Newsroom. I'm Dana Perino.
How about you?
Hello.
Good weekend?
Yeah, great weather. What do you think?
Fantastic.
Yeah, now you like October too, right?
Yeah, a little bit. Starting to warm up. Morning, Dana. Morning at home. I'm Bill Hemmer. Jay Jones now issuing an apology of sorts after a series of violent, inflammatory messages sent 3 years ago have now resurfaced, suggesting political violence against one of the state's top Republicans. That'd be the former State House Speaker Todd Gilbert and 2 of his children.
One text from Jones to a colleague reading in part, quote, 3 people, 2 bullets, Gilbert, Hitler, and Pol Pot. Gilbert gets 2 bullets to the head. Virginia's Governor Glenn Youngkin reacted earlier.
This is demented. And here we have the Democrat candidate running for Attorney General, the top cop in Virginia, wishing not only that he had 2 bullets to put in a guy's head, but then he wishes death on his children. They have got to call for this guy to resign, step down, get out of this race in disgrace, because this is beyond disqualifying.
Now, in moments, Virginia Attorney General Jason Miyares trying to keep his office. We'll talk to him. But let's start at the White House with Mark Meredith again this hour. Hey, Mark. Hello.
Bill, good morning once again. Early voting is already underway across Virginia, but this latest scandal involving political threats could completely reshape the race. As you mentioned, the president is calling for Virginia's Democratic Attorney General nominee to quit this contest, and today there are questions if other Democrats will support those calls. Jay Jones is running to be Virginia's Attorney General. He's challenging incumbent Republican Jason Miyares. In 2022, Jones texted another lawmaker that he would love to hypothetically shoot a Virginia Republican leader twice. In a statement issued Friday, Jones tried to clean up his comments, writing, "I take full responsibility for my actions, and I want to issue my deepest apology to Speaker Gilbert and his family. Reading back those words made me sick to my stomach. I am embarrassed, ashamed, and sorry." But the fallout is still happening, and it could have a huge impact on the state's ongoing gubernatorial race. Winsome Earl Sears is running as the Republican against former Democratic Congresswoman Abigail Spanberger. Over the weekend, Earl Sears urged voters to see this as a much bigger issue.
I am not saying Democrat leaders are committing violence. I'm saying this. The leadership of the Democrat Party is inciting violence as a strategy to win power.
As I mentioned, the president reacting to this in real time, saying Democrat Jay Jones should drop out of the race immediately, and the people of Virginia must continue to have a great attorney general the way of Jason Miyares, who, by the way, has my complete and total endorsement. There's no indication yet that Jones would drop out of the race. As I mentioned, we are getting close to Election Day, less than a month out. Early voting is underway, but this is a question that will continue to rock this election across the Commonwealth, especially after Charlie Kirk's assassination just a few weeks ago.
Yeah. Got it. Thanks, Mark. 6 weeks of early voting. A lot. Thank you.
More on this with Virginia Attorney General Jason Miyares. So you're in a re-election battle. Jay Jones is your opponent. Based on your experience, having been in this office for a while, do you believe that Jay Jones, even after he apologized, would he actually have the temperament needed to be in that job?
Listen, my job as the Attorney General, as a top prosecutor in the state of Virginia, your job is to stop violence. I can't imagine somebody running for this office that has advocated for violence, not just against a colleague, somebody he has worked with, but against children. He literally, in the text messages that have been posted online, when he was called out for his rhetoric, he actually, instead of apologizing, doubled down. And when he said, you literally want Jennifer Gilbert's children to die in her arms, he said yes. That only through pain does change happen. Think about that mindset. Politics aside, that is an incredibly dark place you have to be coming from. To wish the death of small children, by the way, that he has met. They have been to the Capitol before. We all know, we serve each other, we know each other's children. I can't imagine the mindset that is there. And he previously, what set this off is he was angry that Republicans had said nice words about a Democratic colleague at a funeral, that someone that had passed. He said he wanted to piss on their graves. This is not the temperament of somebody that should be running for Attorney General. So I don't view this as a right versus left issue. This is a right versus wrong issue. This is really a question for Virginia of what kind of Virginia we could expect of our leaders, because this is the most basic test of civility and decency, and he has failed this. So I think his apology is fake, because he was called out at the time when he texted this to a colleague. He said this is not appropriate, and he doubled down on it. He is apologizing. He's trying to save his political career because he's a politician. He's not a
morning, good morning, good morning, all you beautiful people out there in the chat right now. Almost 200 people in the damn building as we get ready to get started in the chat right now. All the people, all the supporters out there, we have a lot that has transpired over the weekend. We got a lot to get into. If you're a Trump supporter, put Trump in the chat right now. And if you are not a Trump supporter, then put USA, put Newsom, put what you got to put in the chat right now. But everybody in the building, welcome back to the Brandon Mason Show. We got a lot going on, people. We got a lot going on. Everybody coming in the chat right now said, holy shit. Today's show, yes, people, we got a lot of videos. We got clips. I got a bunch of notes right here. We're going to talk about things that are going on in the world, things that are crazy, things that you guys need to know. If you're watching live right now, smack that like button and subscribe right now. We're going to dive into the differences. Obviously, Trump versus Newsom. What's happening? The illegal immigrants. What's happening there? The National Guard. Where they're being sent. The LGBTQ. The trans. The push. All the stuff going on right there. School safety and the economy. Right here in the chat. You guys are in the building right now. Smack that like button. Make sure you subscribe. We're trying to give out some money today. It's Monday. Look. Everybody coming to the chat right now is like, shit, it's Monday. Got to get back to work. I'm trying to give out some money today. So if you guys are in the building right now, smack that like button. If we get to 100 likes next 30 seconds, we'll give $100 out to a lucky person right now in the chat. Let's get it started early. Moderators, take a look at it. Smack the like button. Subscribe. 300 people in the building.
Make some noise!
Everybody in the chat right now. Are the messages coming through? You guys can hear me loud and clear in the chat. Put Trump if you're a Trump supporter, or put impeach, or put USA. Let's dive into it right now. I got a lot of videos I want to show you, okay? And we're going to talk about it. Trump versus Newsom, the fight for power, the fight for office. Will Trump find a way to finagle to be in there in 2028? It's a conversation. Will Newsom be the person that the Democrats turn to? Wait till you see some of these videos. I'm telling you right now, you're going to see Family Guy in the building. Welcome back to the damn show. Everybody in the building right now. Family Guy. We greatly appreciate you. Said I'm finally here back in the building. We got Tracy in the chat. I see Pops. I got Chrome in the building. Welcome to the show. Purple in the building. La. Pipple Mom, our moderators. Let me go up. Nathan in the building. Travis. Who else in the building right now? We appreciate you. Now, let me get back to it. Let me get to some of these clips. I'll get to all your names in just 1 second because there's a lot to go over today. I don't want to miss a beat. But the whole thing with Trump, Newsom, the shit is heating up. Let's take a look.
Here he is once again trying to rig the system. He doesn't believe in the rules. We can't stand back and watch this democracy disappear district by district. We have got to meet fire with fire.
So now, listen, people in the chat, Nathan's in the building, Roger's in the chat. Here come all the people now. Simon, how you feeling out there in the building? Drop your states out there, people. If you're in the chat right now, drop your states out there in the building. Listen, you see that right there? 75,524 subscribers to the damn channel. Today, our goal is to get to 76,000 subscribers. So smack that like button, subscribe as we move on. Listen, people, I'm going to tell you guys something real quick. Warren in the chat, welcome to the show. Here's the thing, okay? Trump and Newsom, they are so far apart. Mentally, I mean, the way that they think, the way that they do things, the way that they operate, the who that they look up to, the people that they want to help out, like all these things are going on, okay? And we're going to talk about this. Obviously, the whole damn, listen, the government's shut down, right? For days and days and days and days. People are like, what do I do? We had this conversation last week. I said, well, when the government shut down, people are going to have a lot of problems. You can't get to work. You know, obviously, your job might not be open right now. Trump said he will make sure the military gets every single last dollar. So if you're in the military, we greatly appreciate you. If you have family in the military, put in the chat, where are they at? Are they in the Marines? Are they in the Navy? Are they in the Army? Are they in the National Guard? Are they in the Air Force? Put in the chat right now if you have family in the military, because they're getting their money no matter what. Some people might not get paid, but the military, they're getting their money. I'm looking at this right now, right? Illegal immigrants, right? Here's why we get to some of these spending things right here with Trump and Newsom, right? Trump's like, we're not funding illegal immigrants in this country. We're not doing that. We're not going to put the money in that direction. We're going to put the money where we need it in our nation for our people that are Americans, that were, whether you were born here, right? Whether you were truly an American citizen or you moved here and you did the right thing. You went out and got your citizenship, right? That's all I'm saying, right? Newsom, on the other hand, is like, nope. We're going to support our illegal immigrants. We're going to support those people. We're going to build that network. We're going to make sure they are so far apart in different directions. That's why I'm going to show you these clips right now. We're going to get into a lot of things, people in the chat. First things first, Trump versus Newsom. We're going to talk about the battle for power. We're going to talk about Netflix today going bankrupt, the LGBTQ, how they're pushing that agenda on people. We're going to talk about that. I think it's important to go over. We got a lot to talk about in the chat right now. So if you're in the building right now, let us know you for the first time. You've been here before. Obviously, we greatly appreciate you. Now, let me get some of these messages right now. Let's take a look.
In California, a little train going from San Francisco to Los Angeles that's being run by Gavin Newsom, the governor of California. Did you ever hear of Gavin Newsom? He has got, that train is the worst cost overrun I've ever seen. It's like totally out of control. So then they said, all right, we won't go into San Francisco. We'll stop 25 miles short. And we won't go into Los Angeles. We'll stop 25 miles short. It's hundreds of billions of dollars, this stupid project that should have never been built. And then they realized that it would have been a lot less costly if we just gave limousine service back and forth and gave it free. They would have saved hundreds of billions of dollars. They have airplanes that go there for one 1/100th the cost, and they have cars. They have a thing called the highway that goes back and forth that's not fully utilized. And they got involved with this project. And Gavin, you know, I always liked Gavin. I had a good relationship with him. I just got him a lot of water. You know, I sent in people to open up that water because he refused to do it. And we just got him a lot of water. If they would have had that water, and if they would have done what I said to do, they wouldn't have had the fires in Los Angeles. Those fires would have been put out very quickly. But if you think about it, and you got to take a look at this, it's the worst cost overrun I've ever seen. I've watched a lot of stupid people build a lot of stupid things, but that's the worst cost overrun I've ever seen, what's happening between San Francisco and Los Angeles. And you ought to ask about that, because this government is not going to pay. I told our very great new Secretary of Transportation, he's doing a good job, Sean Duffy, I said, we're not going to pay for that thing. They are just, it's out of control. This is something that you don't have things like this. It's not even conceivable. Like 30 times over budget, 30 times. It's the craziest thing and now it's hundreds of, it was supposed to be a simple train. And I think the media should take a look at it. And I'd love him to run for president on the other side. You know, I'd love to see that. But I don't think he's going to be running, because that one project alone, well, that and the fires and a lot of other things, pretty much put him out of the race.
You're in the chat right now, watching live in the building. I'm bringing this to your attention. I'm going to show you these two people, why there's a massive problem, okay? I told you this. Democrats right now, I don't care what you are. If you're in the chat right now, you're a Republican, put an R in the chat right now. If you're a Democrat, put a D in the chat right now. We welcome you. I don't care what side you're on. If you're in the chat right now watching live, are you Republican or are you a Democrat? I want to see it in the chat right now. Everybody, all freaking 700 people in the chat right now.
Make some noise!
Smack that like button. Amani in the building. How you feeling? Sandra in the chat. How we feeling? Family Guy, Tracy. Who else coming in the building? Greamy. Who else? Vicky, Pops, Kimberly, Linda in the chat right now. Here comes Republicans. Oh, here we go. Whoa, it's getting wild in the chat. It's getting more split. Remember before it was like a lot of Republican, then it was a lot of Democrats. Now it's kind of, is it 50-50 or is it more 80-20? What's happening right now, people in the chat? I see people coming in the building right now. Now, as I get into this right now that we woke you guys up, Trump or Newsom, put in the chat right now. I'm going to tell you why I'm telling you this. And make sure you subscribe right there. 75,538 subscribers.
New subscriber.
We appreciate it. We're getting to the bottom line right now, having conversation, because look, obviously the Democrats right now, they don't have anybody to turn to. Newsom is probably, am I right or wrong, people in the chat? Newsom is the only person, I'm not saying it's a bad thing for them. I'm just saying that is their only person they could turn to right now. Like Kamala Harris, you know, Obama, Hillary Clinton, Nancy Pelosi, like Joe Biden, all those people, they're kind of like a little bit water under the bridge. Like Kamala Harris might help out a little bit, you know, whatever, but she might be the VP if Newsom wins. I can see that happen out there. California. Can you imagine California running the country, though? People in the chat right now, can you imagine California, way that they operate, running the country? That's the thing I want to ask you guys right now. And all the people in the building, I love and appreciate everybody in the chat right now. If you guys are watching live in the building right now, I love and appreciate you. I'm just saying, can you imagine the way that they operate out there in California with how their government's operating? I'm talking about the homeless people. I'm talking about the high taxes. I'm talking about the shit going on out there. Can you imagine if California was the head of our country? I'm just saying, the people out there. Would you think that would make any sense? Yes or no? And I got a clip right now I got to show you. This is happening right now. Let's take a look how some of the people feel about Governor Newsom.
Gavin Newsom fluctuates between lawfully evil and chaotically good. This man is a menace. He is unhinged, in the best ways. And he's a white man that's got a few screws loose in his head, but's got a great head of hair on top of it. He's like a villainous hero or a heroic villain. Like there's a deep-seated evil that's underneath the surface that he uses for good sometimes. And because he controls the 5th largest economy in the world, California, the only thing that he hates more than the homeless are Republicans. And
this is crazy. I'm just saying, I'm watching this right now. You got people, all shapes and sizes, people in the chat. Shout out to you beautiful guys in the chat right now. And smack that like button. Listen, I'm going to give you guys some money right now. If we get to right now, listen, everybody watching, if we get to 500 likes in the next 30 seconds, I'll give a lucky person $500 in the chat right now. All you got to do, people, if you're watching on your damn phone right now, is double tap your screens on your phone right now. Bang, just like this. Bop, bop. If you do that right now, we get the 500 likes. I'll give out $500 to a lucky person in the chat. I'm trying to give back to you. Listen, I'm watching this live, and if you're stressed out at home right now, sit back and do what?
Smoke weed every day.
Do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? I keep saying I see people subscribing. Thank you. Our goal today is get to 76,000 subscribers. Here's the problem I got, okay? Trump, Newsom, so far apart. But here's the problem. We got to take a look at where the country actually is. Like, what are we based on, right? America. Yeah, we started off with immigrants. We started off with people coming over here from all over the world, and building America was so wonderful because to get here, everyone kind of, came over here from different countries, and then we had to establish some sort of Americanized situation, a citizenship. Just like every other country in the world, you go over there, you can't just stay there, right? So Trump's like, I'm going to run on the fact that I'm going to make America safer by closing the borders down and doing all that I believe is going to make a lot of sense, right? And so the issue is, when I take a look at, let me pull this up right here. Here we go. Okay. We're talking about legal immigrants for a second. Trump's like, if you come over here legally, cool. Do all what you got to do. You do the paperwork, fill it out, whatever. It might take a while. It might not be what you want, but you can get in. If you leave here on your own, you can come back and stay. You know what I'm saying? By the way, if you're watching live right now, subscribe to this damn channel right now. One lucky subscriber today is going to get an email from me with a gift certificate because I love and appreciate you. We're going to go over our sponsors just 1 second. But right now, hit that like button, subscribe right there. You see that ticking up. Thank you. What I'm talking about is this. Trump ran on the fact that he was going to make our country safer, right? So everybody's like, Democrats like, why is he doing that? That's what he told the American people he was going to do. And that's why all these people voted for him, right? You got to go with the majority. Majority of people voted for Donald Trump to be in the White House. Right? So then when you hear Kamala Harris get up there and say things like, I know you guys didn't get what you wanted. No, America got what they wanted. Not everybody. And guess what? It goes back and forth. We had a Democrat in office last 4 years before that. Guess what? Republicans didn't like it. We had to deal with it. And now we wake up. Now Trump's in office, right? So I'm going to show you some clips right now. If you guys haven't seen them, you're going to take a look at this. We got a lot to talk about today. So pay close attention. I got a lot of things to show you.
I don't think Donald Trump wants another election. You think for a second you want... I have 24 Trump 2028 hats. His folks keep sending me.
And you think he's going to run again?
No, don't give me. Who spends $200 million on a ballroom at their home and then leaves the house? So this is serious, guys. This is serious.
So it'll be Newsom Trump in 28.
No. This guy doesn't believe in free, fair elections. He tried to wreck this country. Were you there, January 6th? I think Fox was.
Do you think Trump is trying to wreck the country, or do you think Trump's trying to help the country? When I say this, when you look at the whole 4 years he'll be in, you go, okay, I love this, I didn't like that. I get that. People in the chat, I get that. I don't care who's in office. You might say, hey, Biden did this, I like that, I didn't like this. I get that. But let's be real for a second, people. Shout out to the 1,000 people in the chat, 1,100 people in the building right now.
Make some noise!
And hold on a second right now. If you're watching live, I'm going to give you guys a chance to make more money right now. Listen, if we get to, people, we get to 1,000 likes in the next 1 minute, I'll let someone in here get a $1,000 check right now. If you're watching live right now, if we get to 1,000 likes in the next minute, I'll give a lucky person $1,000. Moderators, pay close attention. Let me know. You must be a subscriber of the show. So hit that like button, subscribe right now, and you might be the person get paid today. I'm just saying, watch it. I'll do it live right here in the building. Here's the thing I got to tell you guys. Let's watch that clip again, because Trump could potentially find his way back in office in 2028. I know Democrats don't like it, but I'm telling you, he could find his way. He can't run as the president, right? But if he's the VP and Vance wins, Vance could step down and go, hey, Trump in office. Kind of like what, you saw what happened with Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. You guys saw that, right? So listen, Pay close attention because it's not far off. And people are getting upset about it on the Democratic side going, we don't want this. Well, let me tell you something. I'm going to get into the illegal immigrants. I'm also going to get into the National Guard, where they're being sent. I'm also going to get into LGBTQ, the transgender push today. I think we got to have that conversation. And people are sitting here going, okay, here we go. Brandon's going to dial into this. And yes, I am. Let me tell you the truth right now. We're going to dive into that today. I think it's so important to go over this, okay? First things first, if you're illegal and you're in this country, it's not that people don't like you or don't think that you're a good person. Republicans are not like you're a bad person. I mean, there are some bad people in here. Yes, there is. But the reality is, it's not that we think that every person, if you're a Republican, you think every person's a bad person. That's not the reality. The reality is you're here illegally and you're not abiding by the same shit that we're abiding by. And the money that the government on the Democratic side wants to send the money to is to pay for illegal immigrants, to pay for illegal immigrants' housing, funding for things, healthcare, cell phones, money, support, all this stuff. And look, I told you before, it sounds good on paper trying to help people. I'm not saying it isn't a good thing or for a good cause to help people. I know that, and I understand that. But the reality is, as a Republican, and you're voting for Trump, you're like, we want safety, we want our borders closed. We saw what happened with Kamala Harris. She sent a shit ton of people into this country. And when I say sent, I'm not saying she went and got them. I'm saying she's like, okay, they're coming across. She didn't put a stop to it, and she could have. You see what Trump's doing, right? If you're watching live in the building right now, smack that damn like button, subscribe. We're almost at 100 likes already. We appreciate you.
Make some noise!
Now, hold on a second, people in the chat right now. Let me show you something right now, because this is where shit gets a little tricky, and I want to dive into this. I think it's important to do so. There's so many things happen out in California. Now, do you think in the chat, yes or no, do you think California is running that damn good, where we should be like, yeah, Governor Newsom for president? I'm asking you this because it isn't about Republican or Democrat now. It's about policy control, your state, how that's being run. Do you think in the chat that California is being run well? Yes or no in the chat. I'm taking a look at it right now. Listen, if you're watching live, I'm trying to give you guys, I'm trying to throw some money out there. Listen, all the people watching, all you got to do is double tap your screens, people, and you get a chance to make some money right now. What I'm saying is this. I feel excited about what Trump is doing, and here's why. This isn't because, hey, you got to be a Republican. I'm not preaching to you, trying to get you to flip how you feel. I'm going to break something down for a second. Being born here, we're extremely blessed. I'm very happy to live in this country. I am extremely blessed. Look around the world. I've traveled to a lot of countries. It's cool to go visit for a little bit. Feels really good to get back home. We all know what I'm talking about, right? Like all those people, I'm going to leave the country if Trump gets in office. Well, guess what? You're all still here. Yeah. Apparently you realize this was a lot better. You know what I'm saying? Some people might have fled, and some people fled because they don't want to get in trouble for one reason or another. Trump was going after them, right? But now the reality is a lot of people's asses are staying here because they realize it's the best country in the world. Now, here's the thing. We as people are going to ruin our own country if we keep messing around. You know what I'm saying? Keep fucking around. Let's keep it real, right? You guys know what I'm saying in the chat. So let me show you guys some clips right here I want to go into that I want you guys to understand. We got things we're not being told correctly. We got a lot of things that people are talking about. And then, awesome, this lady says, Governor Newsom lied twice in the same day. One piece, I was like, I heard that before. But listen, everybody says certain things that are not always accurate. Let's take a look at this clip.
Oh, Newsom, buddy, you keep getting caught in lies today. For the second time in a single day, this man has been called out. The first time was a post that he had to remove off of his ex, where he was claiming some old photos of some military members from 2021 was his current situation in his city, that Trump was not taking care of his troops. You would think, being the governor, that he'd actually know what his own state looks like. Don't worry, Newsom, I went ahead and saved those posts for you because the internet is forever. The second incident just happened. Now, you said that Trump never called you, right? That's what this post said. Well, turns out that was a lie. Trump came with the receipts and actually showed his call logs. It looks like you guys talked for about 16 minutes. Did that just like leave your brain? But wait, if you actually talked to him, that would kind of ruin your narrative, wouldn't it? You've got that whole thing where you're pretending like you have no sort of communication and you weren't told to get things under control, and all of this is just out of the blue, right? So him calling kind of ruins that narrative, doesn't it? Anyways, I can't wait for more of these moments where his behaviors are exposed. How about all of you? Let me know in the comments, and this is just for entertainment.
Now look, everybody says things that they screw up, right? We can't, we're not going to be like, Trump never made a mistake before. Right? We can't say that, people. You know what I'm saying? Republicans, you know what I'm saying. Whether you love Trump or hate Trump or you love people made mistakes before, right? Let's call it like it is, right? Whether it's Biden or whether it's Bill Clinton, you want to go all the way back to freaking George Washington. I'm just saying people make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the 1,200 people in the building.
Make some noise!
If you're here for the first time in the chat, put first time. We're going to shout you out right now, baby. Here for the first time. Put first time in the chat. We're going to shout you out right now. I see people coming into the building subscribing. I'm showing you these clips because I want you guys to understand something. Because Newsom's like, hey, wait a second. He also is starting to say the same thing that Trump was saying, but he wouldn't say it to the American people, right? And then Charlie Kirk called him out. But let's take a look at this because he now agreed with Charlie Kirk, which was very confusing because before he didn't agree, but all of a sudden Charlie Kirk is gone, and now all of a sudden Newsom starts to agree with Charlie Kirk a lot more. Let's take a look at some of these clips.
Charlie Kirk's ability, what he was able to achieve in terms of organizing the campuses, engaging these young men, addressing their grievances, giving them some sense of hope, that someone cared, that they mattered, that they were seen. He was able to produce and organize around that in a deeply meaningful way. And the Democratic Party was nowhere to be found on the issue. And Bannon as well. And so I say that to say this. We need to address the issue because it's the right thing to do, but it's also the smart thing to do.
Now, the reason why I show that is this. He basically gave Charlie Kirk, basically said, hey, round of applause for Charlie Kirk going out there and talking to those people, those kids at those schools. We call them kids, but these people are adults. 18 years old, you're an adult, right? 18, 19, 20, 21, whatever, 22, grad school, going out. He said, look, Charlie Kirk was smart by doing that. He said the Democrats better start following that same damn process or it ain't going to work out for them. And that's what he tried to say. And so now all of a sudden, you're taking a look at it going, wait, whoa. Is he now agreeing with Charlie Kirk? And at first he didn't, but then hold on a second. I got a clip right now where it shows Charlie Kirk saying, hey, Newsom, you don't agree with men and women's sports, so why are you acting like you are behind closed doors? Like, no, I don't agree. But then in front of the people, he goes, nah, it's cool to get the vote, right? To get the vote. We know people that do that on all sides, right? When all sides do that. But let's take a look at this real quick. I'm going to show you guys something real fast, and I want to hear how you guys feel about this, okay? Take a look.
You as the governor should step out and say no.
No, and I appreciate
but like, would you do something like that? Would you say no men and female sports?
Well, I think it's an issue of fairness. I completely agree with you on that.
So like you right now should come out and be like, you know what? The young man who's about to win the state championship in the long jump in female sports,
right.
that shouldn't happen.
Completely fair on the issue of fairness. I completely agree. So that's easy to call out, the unfairness of that. There's also a humility and a grace, that these poor people are more likely to commit suicide, have anxiety and depression. And the way that people talk down to vulnerable communities is an issue that I have a hard time with.
Now, look, I got to tell you, right now, people, I gotta show you something crazy right now about kids. What's going on with California, what they're doing with kids being picked up at school by any random person. I'm going to show you some stuff right now. So people, if you're in the building right now, smack that damn like button, subscribe. I got a lot to show you right now. I'm telling you right now, you're not going to want to miss this. Okay, you're not going to want to miss this. If you're in the building right now, smack that like button. By the way, if you guys are watching, you're new in the building right now, smack that like button. Let's get to 1,000 likes, because if we do, I'm giving out $1,000 to a lucky person in the chat. So do that right now. But you must be a subscriber of the damn show. You see it ticking up right there. Listen, okay, Governor Newsom might believe certain things, want to help people, but let's call a spade a spade. Let's rewind for a second. People just want safety in schools, right? People want people to be able to drop your kid off at school and know your kid is good, right? Your kid is happy. Your kid is content. Your kid is safe. All these things are important, right? Now, let me show you something right now, people, because we're going to dive into this right now. This is what's going on in California right now, okay? Trump versus Newsom. This is big, okay? Kids at risk. And what do I mean by that, people? Why are kids at risk? Well, let me show you this clip. You know, my wife showed me this, and I know why she did. Her dropping the kids off every day. I don't know if you guys know this, but you can be out in California right now, okay? And they're trying to pass this situation where any random person can pick your kid up from school if they got the paper. They just bring a piece of paper, hand it in. They don't got to call your parents. Think about this, people. They don't have to call your parents. They can just go pick your kid up from school. This is the kind of shit, and I hate to say it, but Democrats are putting in place. And everybody's in the chat right now. I'm not saying that you want that, people in the chat. I'm not saying you want that, Democrats in the chat right now. I'm telling you what the Democrat leaders are doing. You got to hear what I'm saying. If you're in the chat right now, are you Republican or are you a Democrat? Right now in the chat. Put an R if you're Republican right now. Put a D right now if you're a Democrat. I'm going to show you this clip right now. This shit is real, people. Take a look at this. And we're getting into Netflix in a second. Netflix pushing the LGBTQ, I say LGBTQ, all the LGBTQ, whatever, LGBTQ. I'm not trying to say fucked up. I just always mess it up. Too many damn letters. Let's just call it LGB. You know what I'm saying? The problem is this, okay, people in the chat. There are so many things going on. I'm going to show this clip to you right now of what's actually transpiring for people, for kids being picked up at school. Some of this shit is a little freaking crazy. And they're out in California. They're implementing this shit. And a lot of people are like, I'm getting out of California if they do this. And Governor Newsom, these kind of people are behind this shit. Can you imagine your kids go to school? If you're in the chat right now, how old are you? How old are you? Put your age in the chat right now while I show this clip. How old are you? Because I want to know. You got kids. I'm telling you right now, if your ass out in California, you'll be dealing with this shit. Take a look.
Is this conspiracy theory or is this reality? What I'm about to tell you is going to shock you because I fact-checked this according to AI.
It's a meat market bill. It is a trafficking bill. It is unbelievable. So much so, don't believe me. Go to realimpact.us. It allows an individual to obtain this new form that comes with the bill. They fill it out, and they can name a child. John goes to a school in California and says, I have this form, and I am asking for Susie Q to be received into my custody. I want to take her out of school. The bill does not require a background check for this man. Requires no identification, no driver's license, no nothing. There's no requirement in the bill for the school to call you to ask you if it's okay if John takes your daughter out of school. If this bill passes, I am going to ask you to leave the state of California. You're going to need to pack up and you're going to have to get out. You got to get out. You got to run with your kids. You got to go.
Hey, Grok, I'm going to ask you some questions about AB 495 in California. Please respond with a yes or a no answer. According to AB 495, a child can be taken from school from their caregiver. Is that correct? Yes. According to AB 495, it says that this includes non-relative extended family members who can sign the affidavit. Would this also include them? Yes. Can anyone essentially fall into the category then of a non-relative family member? Yes. Is there anything in this bill explicitly that would prevent a stranger from kidnapping a child from school, provided they filled out the affidavit and claimed to be a non-relative family member?
Do you hear this shit? Listen. My wife sent me this. I said, okay, she sent me a bunch of stuff. I just kind of passed some stuff on to take a look at it later. I go, oh, wait a second. We got to show this on today's show. All the ladies in the chat right now, if you're a woman in the chat right now, put a W in the chat right now. If you're a woman in the chat. If you're a male, put an M in the chat right now. I'm going to tell you why I'm doing this. If you're a lady in the chat right now, put a W right now if you're a woman. Put an M if you're a male right now in the chat. I'm going to tell you guys something. We all want our kids to be safe, right or wrong, right? When you drop them damn kids off at school, or when you did before, you're taking your grandchildren right now to school. The most important thing you care about is their safety. They might have got an A on that test. They might have got a C on that test. They might have got an F on that damn test. But guess what? The test don't fucking matter if your kids aren't safe. You know what I'm saying right now? We got enough problems with school shootings and crazy shit going on. We don't need to have these problems. And I got to say allegedly on here. I got to say allegedly because we don't want people to be like, oh, we're suing you because you said, no, I'm showing you the reality, people. Can you imagine living in the state of California and your kid, you go to pick up your kid's not there. Where's your kid? Oh, somebody picked him up. Who? I didn't say you could pick him up. Well, somebody picked him up. Well, guess what? I didn't say that they could do that, right? Well, guess what? That's the kind of shit that's put in place by Democrats. I'm not talking about you people in the chat. You guys might not even like that shit. You guys might be like, I'm against that too, and I'm with you. Republicans, against it. I'm with you, right? In the chat right now, do you agree with doing that, yes or no? Do you think that any random person should pick your kid up if they got the paperwork because they try to claim, hey, just in case something happens, somebody has to be able to come pick your kid up randomly, like your aunt, your uncle, your friend, your cousin, whoever. Well, guess what? I understand that. But instead of letting any random person pick your kid up, they should say, look, if there's something happens and you know what, guess what? They don't have your parents out there, if something happens, then those collective group of kids should have a game plan to go together to a certain location. Not like, hey, anyway, anybody can just come pick your damn kid up. You know what I'm saying? In the chat right now, smack that like button, subscribe if you agree with what I'm saying. One lucky person, one lucky subscriber today is going to have a chance to make some money. We're going to send it to your email, gift certificate out to you. So make sure you smack that like button, subscribe right now. Our goal is to get to 76,000 subscribers today. Now let me move on. I'm going to show you something else right now you guys haven't seen, because today's one of them damn days, man. Today's one of them days where we got a lot of shit going on. Did you guys hear about Netflix? Netflix bank. We've been here, look, last couple days, we were here about the news, talking about what's going on with the LGBTQ. Are they LGBTQ focused? And when I say that, people in the chat, I'm just concerned, is all I'm saying, right? I'm concerned. When you put the clips on, I got transgender coming in the show here, now the internet's fixed. I got gay people coming on the show talking about it. I got people that dated athletes at school. I got a lot of people coming on this damn show talking, so I don't give a damn what you are. I love and appreciate you. Let me start with that. I want to make sure I say it in every damn message. If you're gay, straight, trans, if you think that whatever you are, I don't care. If you want to be a cat, dog today, it's cool. Don't push it on me. I love and appreciate you. You know why? I just like straightforward people. You want to be a cat? Go be a cat. I don't care. Be a cat. Put a litter box out there. Doesn't bother me. You know what I'm saying? As long as it doesn't bother my children, I'm cool with that. I love and appreciate everybody. Let me start with that. Now, let me get to this piece of the pod we got to talk about, because they're saying, and why this clip is very interesting with Netflix. I got to say allegedly, just in case, you know what I'm saying? But watch this here, okay? Netflix pushing the LGBT, and this guy put LGBT. Maybe I should just put LGBT. I put Q on there too. I don't know Q. LGBTQ. Take a look at this real quick, people. This shit's very interesting.
Netflix is receiving the Dylan Mulvaney Bud Light special right now because, as we all know, when you go woke, you go broke. And by broke, I mean losing over $25 billion in stock market value just over the past few days. Because for whatever reason, big corporations still have not caught on to the fact that trans ideologies pushed onto minors, kids, is not favorable by the majority of the population. Go figure. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is AJ. If you are new here, just a reminder, we value facts over feelings. So if you need your safe space, this is not the channel for you, okay? Go ahead and click off this video, log into your Netflix account because they got everything you need over there. You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and play the clip for those of you that have not seen it. Reminder, this is a kids show on Netflix. You guys comment down below how it makes you feel, and then afterwards, we're really gonna get into it.
Correct response. Like cotton candy clouds floating in a blue sky, Banafi will slide that runway. Banafi, tell us why you chose this delicious dress.
As a transberry, I love living out loud as my most authentic self. And I wanted to dress as bold and unique as I am, which, let's face it, is a tall order.
Trans fairy, right. So we have our fairy godmothers that are now our fairy godmother brothers. And then just stomping down those steps, it's no longer Cinderella, we have Cinderfella. With a dress embroidered with the trans flag. What is this is where we're at, y'all. I mean, this is bullshit. I know it's bullshit, you know it's bullshit. Anybody with a lick of common sense knows that this is bullshit, so let's call a spade a spade. The only people that would be okay with this are people that think it's okay to groom children. This is not normal, okay? And I think that we forget that being trans is associated with a medical diagnosis of gender dysphoria. And we forget that because of all the self-identifying trans individuals there are now. Being trans is not a fad, okay? This is not something that should be encouraged, glamorized, and pushed onto young, impressionable minds. The irony of this is the fact that the person that is a trans fairy. Now, the kids probably believe that they're a fairy as well. Why? Because they're young. Their imaginations are running wild. Okay, their brains are not fully developed, but it's crazy how as they get older, they learn that they cannot be a fairy. They learn that Santa Claus does not exist. Sorry to break it to some of you guys. So why do we continue to affirm the delusion that boys can be girls and girls can be boys? Let kids be kids. I don't understand what is so difficult about that. Reserve adult conversations for when they are old enough to understand all the information being presented to them. Let kids discover themselves, okay, without the influence of cartoons at the ripe age of 5 years old. It's predatory. And I can hear the trolls already. As a matter of fact, I can smell their last two brain cells rubbing together so hard, trying to conjure up a single logical thought or rebuttal to what I'm saying. Oh, AJ, how can you say that with a full face of makeup on? Very easily, as a matter of fact, because no amount of makeup that I put on, no matter how long my hair grows, no matter what I wear, my outward appearance will not change my basic biological makeup, and that is that I am a man. I have always been a man. I will always be a man, and I don't want to be anything other than a man. Makeup does not make me a woman. The same way a woman that does not wear makeup, that doesn't make her any less of a woman. I know, mind-boggling, right? But I digress. We're getting a little sidetracked now. You thought the little Dylan Mulvaney fairy was it? No, baby. Netflix has gone full-blown indoctrination groomer mode. Take a look at this.
My name is Charles. I use they and them for my pronouns. I'm the Ghost Club artifact specialist.
I'm trans, Norma. And everyone at school knows, and everyone at home knows. And being here, it's like a whole new place. I can just be Barney, and I can choose if and when I tell people. I've never been happier. And that's saying something when I spent today chased by terrifying zombie mascots. Pugsley reminded me how important it is to live your life without apology. So I think I gotta give living here a shot. Don't you?
The school totally customizes our rooms for us. It's so cozy. I'm Frankie. Pronouns they, them. I'm only 15 days old. Hi. Claudine. She, her. Nice to meet ya. My full name is Frankie Stein. I was just created by my parents, but not in the way that others are created by their parents like werewolves. I was actually made in the lab using some of the...
Nightshade's pronouns are they, them.
He or she just doesn't fit who I am.
Yeah, so as you can see, it wasn't just a one-off. No, it's very prevalent across Netflix, and I couldn't even play all of the clips because some of them...
Now, hold on a second, people. I had to watch that shit again for myself. Sitting there watching it like, this can't be true. It can't be true. You go back and go, oh, they had this buried into, they use all, and look, no point in 10, I'm just going to use these different, shows like The Simpsons and Rugrats and whatever. I'm not saying that they did anything wrong. I'm just saying people use these names, right, that may have been right or wrong. Netflix now has all these different shows, right? I know what Netflix is going to say, right? Hey, we're trying to just make sure people are comfortable, right? Like there's these transgender people out there. There's gay people, straight people. We're trying to make it comfortable so everybody has something to watch and all that, right? Here's the problem. It is way too much, right? They said Cinderella turns into Cinderfella. Like just be Cinderella. Like, Cinderella with the dress, the guy, Peter Pan was as close as we got to get. You know what I'm saying? And look, all love to people. I don't care if you're gay or straight or I don't care what you are. I appreciate you. I've been saying this. I got to let people know because I don't want people to go, hey, wait a second. That wasn't right what you just said. I'm not in no way, shape, or form trying to hate on anybody. I got to say that and be clear. 2025, shit is what it is. But also, I got to make sure that I extend that to people to understand where I'm coming from. So you don't think, oh, Brandon's being mean. No, that's not the case. I just look at this and I feel like we're not being told every single thing, right? When I take a look at this stuff, when I pull up my screen right here, the fight for power, the fight for people to be, in office, who's going to be in office, right? And I go into all these different things, and I'm going to pull this up right now here too. We're going to talk about the National Guard for a second right now, people. We're going to talk about the National Guard right now. Do you think that Trump should be sending the National Guard to all these cities, right? To fix them up, right? First, it was out there in D.C. Send them out there, right? Then it was, hey, we're going to go to Chicago. Then it's, Oregon, maybe New York, right? Portland, I'm going to show you some clips right now. Portland was not looking that good. Let's take a look. Portland's not looking good is all I'm saying. People in the chat, Portland out there is wild. We had a family member just go visit Portland, visit a friend, came back and said, whoo, not what you think. They said there was a lot of people growing up, dressing however you want and becoming, look, dressing how you want is okay. But any man can be a girl, any girl can be a guy. I'm not against them. But it's the principle. We got to get some kind of stability somewhere. Like everyone can be a guy and a girl and a cat and a dog. And all these videos that I got, it's very hard to understand or find truth and trust. And you got your kids in school, like all this. And I just saw a message in the chat right there. A message in the chat. I'm going to go back to that clip we were talking right now. Someone just said something I want to speak on real quick in the chat, if you guys don't mind. Okay. Message here in the chat said, you can watch, let me pull it up quick. The message says, you can go watch any other show that you want. The name is I Know One Thing. I'm going to pin it to the top right now. Let me pin that. The message says, there are other options on Netflix to watch. Your child can go watch any of those that doesn't have anything to do with the LGBT. Yeah, that's true. 1,000%. There's a million videos. But the problem is these kids don't know what that is. So then they introduce it to them and they go, wait, like my son's like, hey, why is that guy kissing that guy? I thought it was mommy and daddy and this and that. Now it's daddy and daddy, or it's mom and mom. And I don't care what you do on your own time, people. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is my kids now are taking a look at that going, hey, why is mommy kissing mommy on the video or daddy kissing daddy and all this kind of stuff? And then I get it. Hey, we don't want those people growing up to have this kind of gender dysmorphia, having any problems. So they want to make sure that people out there actually have things that they can watch, they can feel comfortable. And I get that. But it's not the goddamn high percentage of people. It's a low percentage. It's not the norm. And that's okay. But don't blast it out there. You signed to Netflix. Boop. It's like, look, you got Pride Month. That's fine. That 1 month of that. You got Martin Luther King. You got Spanish History Month. You got all this stuff, Black History Month. I get all that. But we don't got to have on every other video, it's like all of a sudden it pops up and it's like the transgender CEO and then the gay person kissing this guy and the girl. We don't need that for our children. You guys with me in the chat? If you guys agree with me right now, put a Y in the chat for yes. Put yes in the chat right now if you agree with me. Put no in the chat if you disagree. I want to know how you feel on this show right now. Do you agree? Yes or no? And if you're a subscriber of the show, put an S in the chat right now.
New subscriber.
We are 5 subscribers away from 75,700. We need 5 more subscribers right now to smack that like button, subscribe to this damn show, because there's a lot of shit going on. Smack that like button, subscribe. We got a lot of guests coming on, athletes. We got politicians. We got transgender coming on this week. We got a schedule now that the internet is up in the building. AT&T showed up and had to get some shit done. So let's get back to this right now. I want to get to this piece of the pie that we were just about to get into, and I had to flip the script for a second. Let's get right now to the National Guard for one quick second. We got subscribers coming in.
New subscriber.
All these National Guards that are being sent all over the place, right? Let's talk about this for a second. National Guard going out to Portland. People are like, we don't need to have them here because it's against the power of Trump to do that. Why does it matter about that? Because it is shitty out there, so people want to go out there and fix it. It is like, and I told this story to someone in the building here. One of the attorneys I said, you know what? What if your daughter was hurting? She's on the second, third floor, third story of the building. She's hurting. Guess what? I need security to help me get in the building legally, right? But guess what? Someone's hurt. I got to help them right now. That's what, as men, we have these instincts, right? And women too. We have these instincts, right? So when Trump sends the National Guard trying to get it done right now to D.C. or to Chicago or to Portland, he's not sending them there so we can have a good time hanging out, having cupcakes and cookies and shit. He's sending them there because it's screwed the hell up. That's why. And wants to fix it. And I showed this clip here of this gentleman multiple times that was all upset about it. And I said, your city sucks. And that's why we want to fix it. No disrespect to the people there that are trying to do good things. But when it's being overrun, there's tons of violence, tons of shooting, tons of killing, all this shit. Trump wants to fix those cities. And if Governor Newsom was in office, I'd say do the same thing. If it was Joe Biden, if it was Kamala Harris, this isn't because Trump's in there. It's because any president should say, hey, look, let's fix the shit going on. The gangs, the root of all evil, all that shit. But take a look at how this man operates.
What are you going to do if he sends in the National Guard to Baltimore, though? I mean, we've seen other governors try to fight it, like in California with Governor Newsom, and, they lost that battle in court.
Well, I'm very clear. I am the commander-in-chief of the Maryland National Guard, not him. And the Constitution authorizes that. And so the Maryland National Guard moves on the authority of the commander-in-chief, and I will not authorize the Maryland National Guard to be activated for something that is either not mission critical or mission aligned. And I think what the President of the United States is doing, it is not sustainable, it is not scalable, and it's also not constitutional. That it is a direct violation of the 10th Amendment. And even if he wants to talk about other things he can do to try to activate, the reality is that he still needs states to be able to invite the federal government to come on board to be able to do that. And the thing that gets me most about this is how deeply disrespectful this is to members of the National Guard who signed up for this job, as I did when I deployed overseas and I led paratroopers in combat.
Here's what I'm trying to figure out. If your city has tons of killings, people in the chat, tell me if I'm crazy. Please tell me if I'm crazy. If your city has tons of killings, right? Don't you think that we need to stop that? Am I right or wrong? I know Republicans, Democrats got to agree. In the chat, if the city has tons of killings, I'm not saying, because it went down, that's great. No, if it still has killings and shootings and it's not stopping, police can't get it under control, don't you feel that we as a country should find the best way to stop that just so people can be safe? Kids can be safe. Women can be safe. Women can go for a run down the damn street in the city or go out to their friend's house or go have a glass of wine and not feel like you got to be, you know, all these predators are out there. You need people to be able to watch what's going on to make sure that we're protected. On top of that, tons of illegal immigrants coming into the country. We don't know who's who. In the chat right now, do you guys know what I'm saying? If you agree, put yes in the chat right now. If you disagree, put no. I want to know how you feel about that. Listen, I appreciate you.
Make some noise!
New subscriber.
All the new subscribers coming to the building right now. 75,719. Guys, can we get to 76,000 subscribers? So everybody watching, smack that like button, subscribe. This is big time conversation that we're having right now. I'm just saying, when I go back and I take a look at them fighting for power, I take a look at the reality of who we have in office. Governor Newsom, Donald Trump debating on who's going to be in the office 2028. Who do you guys want in office in 2028? You want a Republican? You want a Democrat? They're saying, listen, some people are saying, I'm telling you, that Trump could find his way back in there. Do you want Trump to be in there in 2028? Is he the only person on the Republican side that will step up to the plate and really get shit done? Is Newsom the only person on the Democrat side that will step up and get shit done? And that video that I showed you guys was like, wait a second. He put all that money. Listen, people, Trump put a lot of money into the ballroom, into where he's living right now. And Newsom said there's no reason why he would actually do that unless he believes he's actually going to be there. Take a look.
Wake up, America. Wake up to what Donald Trump is doing. Here he is once again trying to rig the system. He doesn't believe in the rules. We can't stand back and watch this democracy disappear district by district. I don't think Donald Trump wants another election. You think for a second you want... I have 24 Trump 2028 hats. His folks keep sending me.
And you think he's going to run again?
No, don't give me. You don't. Who spends $200 million on a ballroom at their home and then leaves the house? So this is serious, guys. This is serious.
So it'll be Newsom Trump in 28.
No. This guy doesn't believe in free, fair elections. He tried to wreck this country. Were you there January 6th? I think Fox was. At least they were in a lawsuit. They seem to have lost any memory of that. Shareholders didn't.
Am I crazy, though, or is it that the Democrats always go back to January 6th? It's always about, trying to rush into the White. That's the only thing. It's that, and it's Epstein files. And I agree, Epstein files got to get released. We all agree with that shit. But let's be honest right now. People in the chat, if you're a Trump supporter, put Trump in the chat right now. Don't hold back. Put the flags out there. Let them know. Isn't it funny, though, how people associate the flags with Donald Trump, which is like America. But when it's not, this is crazy, right? If you run around with the flag in your car, I'm talking about the American flag. I'm not talking about, some negative flags or shit that's like, horrible for we're talking about racism. I'm talking about the American flag. If you have a hat that has the American flag on it, I wore a hat that's got American flag on it, it's like, you must be voting for Trump. First off, the American flag is just for America. Has nothing to do with Trump. But people associate that because he's like, America first. And he's doing the things that he said he would do. And that's why he won the election. Why do you think why do you think they didn't win? People really pushed for what Trump wanted to do. Not that, look, and I got to say this again. I have no disrespect, no shade against the LGBT community. I don't hate on the LGBT community. I don't hate on the guy. Look, I like to have some comedy. I'll put a picture up. I'll put a video on social media where it's like, is this a Republican or a Democrat? Right? And it might be a musclehead dude walking around, or it could be, it could be someone who he look like's walking like he might be a little feminine, right? I do that because it's entertainment and that's fun. And people like to laugh and joke. And this isn't to divide people. This is to have a good time on some of these posts. But the reality is, if we go to war, Republicans, Democrats, we got to fight together. If you got a gay person, a transgender person that's on your side, hey, we're on the same team. Like, we got to show love to our children and our people. But the issue is this. There is a safety part of life that people have to understand. And when I talk about the transgenders, I talk about the men on women's sports and men in women's bathrooms and men in kids' bathrooms. When I walk into a bathroom, let me tell you something right now, people in the chat right now. I'm going to tell you guys something. When I walk into a bathroom, if there's a kid in there, I'm walking out. Why? Because it's uncomfortable. First off, because 2025, crazy shit's going on. Back in the day, I wouldn't even care. I would have walked in, use bathroom, left, right? Go to your little urinal as men, pee in that shit and get out, right? There's no point having conversation. If they ask you something, you might answer to them. You might answer their question. You pee, go out, whatever. Say, hey, oh, I like the hat. Or, hey, do you play football? When you're bigger, they say, hey, ask you all these questions. You play football? Like all these things. That's great. But I have no way, shape, or form am I in any conversation with a kid, especially in the bathroom. Like, it just doesn't. That's not what I want to do. That's not how I operate. So when you walk in a bathroom nowadays, you got to be careful. You got to be careful because we don't know what man is a girl, what girl is a man, and we don't know who's transitioning and who's not, and who's mad and who's not, and who's watching and who's not. And it's like when I go to the bathroom, I really don't want to talk to anybody in the bathroom, right? You walk in the bathroom, there's a guy in there, just kind of walk by. I don't want to have conversation at the urinal. Like, it's just not what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? If you know somebody, you look familiar, but there's no point in doing that. And so what I'm trying to tell you is I have a deep concern for our country going in the direction that we have right now. And that's why I'm completely against Governor Newsom and what he does. You look at California. These are, only a few major. Let me rewind. A few major things will be different between Republicans and Democrats. Number one, the safety, the borders. We don't want wide open borders, right? And that's why we are different. Governor Newsom's like, anybody can come in anytime, right? Republicans like, nah. In the chat right now, open or close borders. I'm taking a look at the chat right now. I want to see how you guys feel. Borders, open or closed? How do you feel right now? Open or closed? I'm going to show you something right now. You take a look at this. Every single Republican on this damn chat is going to say, close the borders, right? Every Democrat's going to say, open, right? Like, I don't understand that. Here we go. Look at it. Closed. Are you a Democrat, Republican? Let us know. I want to see right now the reality, people. I want to see if people have lost their freaking minds. I really just want to know if people have lost their minds. In the chat right now, I could deal with fair borders. Look, release the Epstein files. What does that got to do with the borders? In the chat right now. Look at that. Someone said here, with a green, hold on a second. A green substance like that said, no one has open borders. Right? Nobody wants that, right? Closed. Right? Okay, here we go. Democrat want it closed. Okay, here we go. And look, this is no disrespect. This is no disrespect to, people coming over here. I have friends that are Spanish. I have people that are from all different countries. That's not the problem. The issue is, how can you function without a certain conduct, a certain standard, right? If we have all of them pouring across the country into the border, like Newsom's like, hey, let them all stay. Yeah, look, they've been here 10 years. I feel for them. If they've been here 10 years and they're working and doing great for the communities, and we don't know them, they're not here legal, but they're working, I get, hey, that feels like shit. That you can have an immigrant come over here and be here 10 years and work at this job, that job, be a good contributor to society and all this, but not paying proper taxes, maybe not, maybe they are, right? But they're illegal, right? So we can't really track them. If something happens, they do something. We don't know who did that kind of thing, right? So I get why those people, Democrats say, this guy been here forever. I'm not for a guy been here 10 years and then turn around and kick him out. If he could be proven that he was here for 10 years working in a position and he actually attempted to go get a driver's license, or he attempted to get the right paperwork, or he attempted to do the right thing, I'm against deporting someone like that, to be honest. But to just have the open border process for anybody to just come here at any given time, I'm 1,000% against that. You guys with me? Put Y in the chat if you're with me. Put a Y in the chat if you agree with me right now, or put an N in the chat if you disagree. And look, by the way, we have it set up this week where live guests can call into the show. I'm going to show you it's all set up. So starting this week, tomorrow, every day, now that the internet is up and running better, we are having live guests call into the show. And we have a bare knuckle fighter calling in. She's had surgery last night, and her face was severely beaten. And so she's going to come on the show. You guys are going to love that. I got a bunch of guys coming out. It's going to be a lot of fun moving forward. But what I'm saying is, people that are in the chat right now, join every day. You don't know what the hell I'm going over. Trust me, it's a lot going on. Sports entertainment right here. Don't miss a damn show. But my point is, when you guys are all coming here today, I don't care if you're a Republican or you're a Democrat. The problem is only very specific. We only want safety in this country. Republicans truly want safety. They want our country to be protected. They want our military to be strong and big, to stand up against people like China and Russia when you need to, not to be a bully, but to stand up when you need to. Trump does that. He goes, hey, I don't give a shit who you are, China. I don't care who you are, Russia. We'll come over there and we'll take care of business. I like that. Now, to cause problems, that's not what I'm talking about. People in the chat, you know what I'm saying? That's not what I'm talking about. But what I am talking about is the ability to know, hey, our country's back, stronger than ever. White, black, Spanish, LGBT, whatever the hell it is, I don't care. People together as one, but not pushing certain agendas on people. Newsom wants to get out there and make sure that all illegal people can just stay here and all that. That's where the problem comes in. Take a look.
Bring it on, Gavin. This administration is well within its legal right to do this, and we want to ensure that our colleges and our universities are respecting the First Amendment rights and the religious liberties of students on their campuses, and UCLA has failed to do that. And I have a whole list of examples that I will forward to Gavin Newsom's press office if he hasn't seen them himself.
Now, hold on a second. Did you guys see this video when all the fires were happening? I want to show you a clip right now because everybody likes to point fingers and shit. But let's take a look at this. When Governor Newsom was out there and the fires were erupting and shit was going off, people were like, oh, they forgot about that. Well, let's take a look.
Governor, I live here, Governor. That was my daughter's school, Governor. Please tell me what you're going to do. I'm not going to hurt him, I promise.
I'm literally talking to the president right now to specifically answer the question of what we can do for you and your daughter.
Can I hear it? Can I hear your call? Because I don't believe it.
I'm sorry. There's literally, I've tried 5 times. That's why I'm walking around to make the call.
Why is the president not taking your call?
Because it's not going through. So
Why?
I have to get cell service.
So
There's
let's
no
get
cell
it.
service.
Let's get it. I want to be here when you call the president.
I appreciate it. I'm doing that right now. And it's to immediately get reimbursements, individual assistance, and to help you. I'm devastated for you. I'm so sorry, especially for your daughter. I have 4 kids, losing the school.
Everyone who went to school there, they lost their homes. They lost 2 homes because they were living in one and building another. Governor, please tell me, what are you going to do with the president right now?
We're getting the resources to help rebuild. We're getting
Why
the
was there
resources.
no water in the hydrants, Governor?
That's all literally.
Is it going to be different next time?
It has to be. Has to be. Of course.
What are you going to do?
I'm doing
To
everything
fill the
I can.
hydrants. I would fill them up personally. You know that.
I literally.
I would fill up the hydrants myself.
I understand.
But would you do that?
I would do whatever I can.
But you're not. I see the. Do you know there's water dripping over there, Governor? There's water coming out there. You can use it.
I appreciate it. I'm going to make the call to address everything I can right now, incling making sure people
I'd
are
like
safe.
to make sure you do. Can I have an opportunity to at least tell people you're doing what you're saying you're doing? Could somebody have a contact? Can I have your contact information?
Right there.
Thank you.
Here's the thing. People are coming to chat right now. I just saw a message in the chat. We don't have any room for people of racism. I don't care what side you're on. I don't care if you're Republican and you agree with everything I say. We still will not have any racism in the damn chat. I don't give a damn where you come from. We will not have racism in the chat. We're not have racism on my show. Definitely. Because, by the way, it's not helping me. It's hurting the show by doing that. Don't do that. I know someone came in and said that, and used the N-word and said that Newsom was with the N-word, right? We can't do that. People in the chat, you guys know, all of our moderators will take that shit out immediately and we will erase you from the channel and block you from the channel. We will not do that, number one. But what I'm saying is this, people, the issue that we have is it always comes to a certain race, right? This isn't a race. Republican Democrat is not a race. There is a shit ton of Democratic white people. So you know, this isn't a race, and there's a shit ton of Republican black people. So it isn't like, hey, black people are Democrat, white people are Republican. That's not what it is. But in reality, when you're born, I believe that a lot of the race, a lot of the African-American culture is born into a Democratic family. That is just by looking at the actual statistics, right? Born into a certain family, going through certain things. You start there, you grow up, you learn, and you either stay Democrat or you go Republican. And so what I'm saying, people in the chat, by the way, I love and appreciate you. We got sports entertainment on this show. We're 10 to 11 every single day. We have live guests coming on. We're going to have a lot of people. If you want to call into the show, listen, starting tomorrow, we're going to have live guests calling in. So if you want to call into the show, don't miss it. Every day, 10 a.m. live, Eastern Standard Time. Don't miss it. Before we get off, what state are you based in? I want to see the states in the chat right now. I want to see where you guys are based right now in the chat. Right now. Drop your states in the chat for all those damn people that are still in the building. And make sure you smack that like button right now. We want to get to 300 likes right now. We need 80 people. Double tap your screens right now. Hit that damn like button. Subscribe. Look at all the states coming in the damn building right now. We have tons of states. Ohio, Oklahoma, Missouri. Is it Missouri or Montana? I screwed up all the time. Kentucky, Maryland, Texas. Look at all the people. Jersey in the building. UK in the house. Look at Massachusetts, Michigan. Look at all these people coming in the chat right now. Pennsylvania, baby. We love and appreciate it. Look at all the people. New Mexico. Look at all the people coming in the chat. This is what I'm talking about. We got Canadians in the building. We got Florida in the house. A lot of people from Florida in the house. Arizona, North Carolina, Washington. Look, we got people all over the damn world coming in the building. Switzerland in the house. Alabama in the house. How are you guys feeling in the building right now? Georgia, Boston, San Antonio. Look at all the damn people coming here. This one, look. Don't join this show just because you agree with everything I say. Join it because I'm giving information that you're going to... Listen, here's one last thing I want to show you right now that we didn't go over, that I want to give you guys some information on. Are we being told everything? And I'm going to use this clip again when we do a live show on this, but take a look at this. This shit is crazy. McDonald's. Are we being fed the right shit? Like, listen, there's a lot of things on here that I want to show you guys right now. But first things first, before I do that, I want to show you, Joe Rogan just said that he's like, look, Newsom could win. Newsom could win, which could be very bad for a lot of people. Take a look at this.
Did you know that McDonald's sells 6.5 million burgers every single day? That's nearly 200 million a month. But here's the strange part. Where are all the cows? Even if one cow gives 1,000 burgers, McDonald's alone would need hundreds of thousands every month. And that's not counting Burger King, Wendy's, or the rest. So where are they hiding all these cows? Massive secret farms, underground ranches, or maybe something we're not supposed to know? Did you know that McDonald's sells 6.5 million burgers every single day? That's nearly 200 million a month. But here's the strange part. Where are all the cows? Even if one cow gives 1,000 burgers, McDonald's alone would need hundreds of thousands every month. And that's not counting Burger King, Wendy's, or the rest. So where are they hiding all these cows? Massive secret farms, underground ranches, or maybe something we're not supposed to know?
We're going to have a whole episode on vaccinations and the shit that's in our food. We're going to have those conversations here this week because I think it's important to do that. People in the chat right now, shout out to all you beautiful people joining our show today. If you're here for the first time, put first time. And if you are a subscriber of the show, put an S in the chat right now because I frequently, like, everyone in the chat right now, hold on. Someone said I didn't agree with anything. Alicia said she didn't agree with anything I said. So Alicia did not agree. Alicia did not agree with the fact that Kamala Harris and Democrats let a lot of illegal immigrants into the freaking country. She did not agree with Trump's trying to get them out. She did not agree that LGBT communities that Governor Newsom is standing up for them. She did not agree that we have men and women's sports that they're trying to stop that. She did not agree that most people in the chat want safety for our kids. So you know what I'm saying? People like that, they lost their mind. That's all I'm going to tell you right now. I love and appreciate everybody who comes on our chat. But if you don't agree with nothing, then you lost your damn mind. I'm just saying, you lost your damn mind if you disagree with everything. Because I just gave you a lot of information that Republicans and Democrats would 100% agree on in the chat. And one thing I know is we all want safety. We all want great things for our children. And that's what matters the most. Coming together would be absolutely amazing. And I say this all the time. A white person and a black person being best friends, you're never going to find a better combination of people that come together as friends. You will not get through that group. If you have a white person and a black person, if they become best friends and you try to talk shit about the other person and they stand up for you, they're the best of friends you're going to get in the world. I'm just telling you right now, my opinion. A black person and a white person being friends is by far the best thing you could get. And, you know, I'm just telling you right now, it's kind of helpful. If you're a white person, get yourself a black friend. If you're a black person, get yourself a white friend. Just saying. People in the chat, I love and appreciate you. Have a great rest of your day. We're live Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. When we sign off, people, let me close the polls right now. People that are watching the chat right now, if you are in the building right now, I'm closing the polls. 58% people said they'd much rather have Trump than having Governor Newsom. And if you're in the chat right now, when I sign off, listen, people, we need 500 of you. When I sign off right now, you're going to see the logo pop up on the screen. We need 500 of you. When we sign off, go leave a message on this video. When I sign off, you're going to see the logo. Give it about 10 seconds. Refresh your damn screens, people. We need all of you to leave them at all our moderators, all the people that have been here before, all of our subscribers. When I sign off, you're going to see the logo on the screen. Give about 10, 15 seconds. Refresh your screens, people, and leave a message on this video because it goes and uploads to YouTube immediately. We need your message on that video to get this shit out there. Do it immediately. Love and appreciate all you guys. Leave that message on there, and after you do so, Follow him on all social media today. I will follow you back, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, everywhere. I love and appreciate you guys. Have a great rest of your day.
At this point, Harris.
Yeah, I'm waiting for censures to fly. I mean, they're fueling this. And look, you can call names. They're not even shy about it on the left. All right, Gianno, got to let you go. Thank you so very much for being in focus.
Thank you for
President
having me.
Trump